Hello guys, welcome to my video series tutorial to talk about Microsoft Semantic Kernel. In this video, I'm going to discuss how to implement GPT-4 vision model in Semantic Kernel. First, we'll understand what is GPT-4 vision model. After that, we write one simple demo how to implement this feature. GPT-4 vision model is a multimodal capable of processing text and image inputs. GPT-4 vision model is built top of the GPT-4 model. It includes the vision component for image analysis. The model can generate natural language response and answer questions related to the processed image. So here, once you upload the image to this model, you can send your natural language questions to the model, and model responds with the same natural language also. Let's move on to Azure portal. We create one new deployment using this GPT-4 vision model. After that, we move to Visual Studio to write the code. In Azure portal, I have created one new Azure OpenAI resource using the location of West US. After that, if you go to this Azure OpenAI Studio, you have to use the create new deployment option and you have to select the model. GPT-4 vision model, you have to select it. Here I have already created this model. So vision preview and model name GPT-4. The deployment name is GPT-4 vision. So our model deployment is ready. Next, move to Visual Studio. In Visual Studio, I have created a new project called Tiny-Copilot GPT-4 vision demo. This is the same code which we discussed in our last video about how to create the Tiny-Copilot, the same code only. Here I am going to implement to support GPT-4 vision image analysis also. So in previously we sent only the text information, like let me know history information of Chennai, Tanjavur, Bangalore, something like that. So we get all the information. For this demo, I'm going to upload the landmark of the city. For example, if I upload the Marina Beach, then GPT-4 vision model, I'm going to ask what is the city of this image. Then GPT-4 responds Chennai, we process it. That's our idea. Let's start how to implement this feature. As I mentioned, I have taken the same code base only here, let it be there. And I have created one new class called a vision service. Vision service class, I have written one function called create kernel builder. Here I am creating the new kernel object using our vision 4 model deployment, endpoint and API key. Here I'm going to write one new function called find city, public, let it be there void, find city name. Here I pass image URL. So image URL is the argument here. The first step, we're going to set the system behavior or model behavior. What is your theme of the model? That we are going to set. For that, I'm going to use a class called chart history. Create the variable chart history and new of. Here I set the behavior of my model. The next step, we're going to pass the URL also. For that, we use the same chart history here. Dot add user message. In the user message, first I set the prompt. For that, I used text content. Here I set my prompt. Can you identify the city shown in the attached image. Next, we have to pass the image. For that, we have to use the image content. This is a URI. So we have to create the URI object. URI, here I pass image URL. So our workflow is ready. We have to pass this workflow to the module to get the result. For that, we have to use chat completion service interface. So here, private static I chat completion service, variable called the chat completion service. So constructor, the constructor, we create the object for this service. For that, first I need the kernel object. So here where kernel equal to create kernel builder. The next we request the kernel builder. I need this chat completion service. So here kernel dot get required service. We have to pass the interface chat completion service. That's it. So our service is ready. Here we pass the chat history to the service. So connect to the GPT-4 vision chat completion service dot get chat message content async function. We have to use this function. The first argument is a chat history. We have already created this chat history, so I pass this one. This function return the value, so I assigned value in one variable called the chat message content, like this. This is async function. We have to use async concept, so await. Here I change async and let it be task at the moment. So we have to get the result from this chat message history. For the chat message history dot, we can use the first index dot content. This value we are going to return. So here I change the return type. This is string. Fine. All is ready. This is not null. So our vision service is ready. We go to our main program. The first step, we should create the object for vision service. So vision service new. So when the user upload the image, we have to call this vision service to analyze the image. For that, I'm going to check after get the response. Here, I'm going to check whether user upload the image or is a text message. To check that one, I'm going to add the if condition is URL valid. Here I pass the user message. Is URL valid? Here I return one function to find whether this is URL or not. If it is URL, this function return true or it's false. So if it is true, then I connect to vision service dot find the city name. Here I pass the URL. So I use the same here, user message. Just remove all the warnings. Fine. This function return the string. I assign this one to the user message. This is a wait function. We have to add wait. Yeah. In case if it is URL, we call the find city name. Then it connect to GPT-4 vision model and get the response. And we can print also here. So console dot foreground color. Here I change to red. If it is URL, change the red and print the result. So console dot write line print user message. We don't think, we just copy this value to here also. Or I change this assistant to Tiny-Copilot. Tiny-Copilot. Here also I use the same one. And one more new line. Fine. And I do one more step. Before calling this function, I just inform to the user, analyze the image. Please wait for some time like this. So right line, here we pass, analyze the image, please wait a moment. We can take this also to here, and this red color also I move to the top. Fine. Seems to be all okay. We start the application. In my GitHub repo, I uploaded one image. So this URL I'm going to pass our Tiny-Copilot. So it's find it's a URL. The URL sent to the Vision service. Here we display the message, analyze the image, please wait a moment. Yeah, we get the response. The city shown in the image is Tanjavur. So this function return the message, user message, the city shown in the image in Tanjavur. This user message passed to our previous Tiny-Copilot. So we get history or weather, maybe some suggestion address also, like coffee shop information, something like that. So started. I remove the breakpoint here and go to the application. Yeah, still it's processing. Now our old Copilot, based on our input, is suggested some information. So if you want weather report, we can just send only the weather information. Now it's get weather information about Tanjavur. Here you can see the complete weather information. So now our Copilot, it's supporting image also, image vision. I hope you can understand how to implement GPT-4 vision in Semantic kernel. Thank you all.